This is what it's all about. This is what it's all about. Okay. Okay. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Pay Attention Podcast, where we, as in
B.
and C, talk about honestly a lot of things. We've been talking about a lot of things. Last week, we talked about the TikTok ban.
We did do that. That did happen.
And that was the only thing we talked about so far. And so let's see what else we talk about. What are we talking about today?
I think we about to talk about this inauguration situation.
Okay,
Um,
bars, the inauguration
I mean,
situation.
but maybe first we should start up with something light. Let's
Yes.
just like highlight what's our high, our low, our buffalo of our last 24 hours of life.
Okay, for those of you who don't know what the high-low buffalo is, high-low buffalo. This is where we get to recap our days. What was the high point of our last 24 hours, low point last 24 hours. And buffalo is just something weird and strange that happened out of the ordinary that doesn't typically happen. Um, man, my high, I'm gonna be real. I just got back from a little dinner party with my friends and our
Mm.
friend made poke bowls for everybody, and there was like it was like family style. It was so buzz. It was so buzz. It was so good. I was like, oh, I was so happy and grateful, and like I was so hungry the entire day. And then just like knew we were gonna have dinner, and it was gonna be, oh my God, like last time she made an eggplant lasagna for us. And that was my first time having eggplant lasagna. Eggplant anything, honestly, and I loved it. It was so good. Ugh, but we had crab with little mayo stuff. There was rice, there was edamame, a big thing of edamame, and you know I love edamame. There was some cucumber, there's some scallions, there was this pineapple soy sauce sesame oil thing. And then there was wine. It was just everything was just so good and so yummy and so healthy and fulfilling. So that was my high. My
Mhm.
low, um, I didn't get to do a full PE class with my fifth graders this morning, um, because the PE teacher wasn't here. But it wasn't even that low of a point. It was just like I was kind of bummed. But if that's the low point of my day, hey, I can't complain. Um, And my Buffalo weird part of the day, I don't know. I'm gonna have to come back to that one. I'll have to think about it a little bit more. What was my weird part of the day?
I had to think about mine too, but then I was like, yeah, that's the one I'm gonna talk about.
Okay, you go.
All right, so I'm gonna start with my low. My low of the past 24 hours is, and it's not like the lowest thing ever, but it definitely was like, why is this happening right now? But one of my students in my class was, I swear they were doing this on purpose, but they kept like basically just talking about Mr. Trump and how they're so happy that he's in office and all this stuff. And then from there went to I'm vegan. So then they went to talking about how man has dominion over all animals and all this stuff. And I'm like, in my head, I'm thinking, this little child is really trying to mess with me right now. Like, they really trying to mess with me right now. But I kept my cool and my composure and I kept it moving because I'm a professional.
Okay.
But my high is I'm really proud that I've been like consistent with my workouts because I'm trying to like reintegrate physical fitness and it's a struggle every day because I don't be wanting to
Mm,
go. I want to watch TV, but I do it.
yes.
Um
Honestly, sorry to cut you off. I think
no,
you're
you're good.
inspiring for that because I have been
Thank you.
wanting to get more back on to some physical stuff because I for the first couple of months over here, the walking, okay, it was doing its thing. I was walking everywhere. Still am. However,
You got
however,
used to it.
I got used to it. My body is not feeling the way I want my body to feel, and
Oh.
I don't really like it. So I need to get on doing something, little runs, doing Pilates, doing yoga. Haven't even been doing that. So I know it's been real
I
bad. I
did
haven't done that.
no, I did Pilates last night and I was like, okay, let's see what this is. It can't be so bad. And then it started off and I was like, oh, this is easy. And then it was like two exercises later. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is 30 minutes long.
Ooh. But like I bet
So,
it's the easiest thing to do though, because you don't need anything out like anything extra. So like I'm holding
yeah.
myself back anyways.
Yeah, it's just like push through that, push through that. My buffalo, though, oh my goodness, this really had me. Okay, so I've been feeling like for a while, I sometimes can be like a little paranoid to begin with, but I've been feeling like people at the school have been like low key spying on me. I've only been at this school for like 2 months. But today, tell me why, randomly, the principal comes in with a notepad, sits down, and I'm like, okay, so that was already like interesting. And then the principal leaves, and one of the students, I work with kids with like behavioral like they struggle with like regulating themselves. And one of the kids got upset and then went to walk out the class. And I'm like, no, don't walk out the class, blah, blah, blah. They try to walk out the class. Tell me why they opened the door. The principal, ear to fucking door, is standing
Oh
there.
my God.
I'm like, what the hell?
Ear to
That's
door is crazy,
no,
actually.
for real. I'm like, and
Like
I
that's
know
some
she was like,
elementary ass
damn.
shit talking about I'm peeping and spying. Whoa, oh my, that that's the buffalo. That's a buffalo
Mhm.
for sure. Ear to door.
No, I was like, should I even talk to her about this or just act like I didn't see that shit? Because I know she was embarrassed. Like,
Oh my God.
so that was
Wait.
interesting.
Oh, okay. I have a buffalo. I have a buffalo.
What is it? Tell me.
I
Tell us.
was in the teacher's lounge today and I just like, had a little snack. Okay. I had my banana, right? And there was, I don't know if it was a buffalo, but it was weird and it made me giggle. It was just like kind of, it was, anyway. And there's my two of my sixth graders are in the teacher's lounge doing their homework or whatever because there's another teacher there. And these are the boys that like every time they see me, they're like they say my name and they're like, "Oh, teacher!" Like I'm like, "Hello, whatever." And so I take up my banana and like I hear them talking in Spanish and they're like,
Oh gosh.
"Maestras, da, 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 da," I was gonna eat like eating banana and having breakfast, blah blah blah. And then I have my banana and like I'm acting like I can't really hear them. And then I look up and both of them are like leaned into each other, like staring at me like this, like.
Ew.
I'm like waiting
Ew.
for me to eat the banana, and I'm like, boy,
Uh-uh.
I literally look at them in English. I go, stop, stop,
Right.
stop. I didn't even
Stop
buy my
ahora.
literally. I was like, I didn't even eat my banana. I ate my banana, but I didn't bite it. I like literally like ripped it off of my fingers, trying to watch my little Spanish video and learn my Spanish. And I was just like, don't. They're so silly. And then they were just like mo moved on right after, and they were stealing the chocolates from the thing. And little boy
Not
said
stealing the chocolates.
there was like little chocolate like for the teachers or whatever, and so they were just like he was like
Mm.
literally shoving the stuff in his mouth, like oh my
Little
God.
baby kids. Oh
He
my
said
gosh.
he said something. I forgot what he said, but I like looked it up and like translated it. He basically said he was like what you ask for will come to you. Like I guess he was begging for chocolate or something. He
LOL.
was like it's like what you ask for will come to you, saying to him, and he kisses up and crosses.
Oh
It
my
was so
gosh.
funny. I was like, period. Like he just wanted some chocolate, and he had just had like he's a fun little boy. He's a real character, and when I've had that class with him. But
At
anyway,
least,
that was my
at least
little
he
bit of
got
Buffalo.
at least he got God on his side. He needs it, it sounds
Right?
like.
He was like,
Okay.
he literally like blessed for this chocolate, blessed up like TYJ, like oh my God, like it was so funny.
That's a
Um,
buffalo. We both had some interesting ass buffaloes.
yes, but oh my goodness, I feel like the day the days recently honestly just been very interesting. Like I just been going through them, feeling so many feelings, and like I was just talking about it on the walk back home with my roommate after our dinner party, just about so many different things, mainly emotions, but also how I've just been so, I guess feeling conflicted is the word recently, just because of so many things. Like I I feel like I'm living in a state of ignorant bliss currently, and I don't know how I feel
Mm.
about it. Like somebody messaged me, it was Ray actually, from camp. He messaged me and just checked in. He was like, "Hey, just checking in, how you're feeling about all the stuff happening in the country right now." And I was like, I'm gonna be honest, Ray. One, thanks for checking in. Two,
Mm.
it's a bit difficult. It's a bit difficult out here.
Mhm.
Especially being so separated from everything. Like excuse me, I was thinking back, I was like, this is my second time experiencing Trump in office, and I'm not in the States to experience it. First time Trump was elected
Right.
to office, I was in Japan, and I was
Oh,
um
same. No,
okay.
no, 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 no,
You,
no.
I think you went back
What
to
year
take
was
like
it?
2 years. It was
I came back 2017.
okay, and I came back 2018.
No, I came back 2016. What am I talking about? I came back 2016. What? Hold on.
I think
I'm
I
having,
was
I
gone.
erased it from my brain, bruh.
I was gone for maybe 3 years. I think I was only back in the States for 1 year of Trump. But the fact that I'm over here again
Oh, it's
in
2016.
Japan
So
for
I got you. Go
2016.
ahead. Yeah, 2016 is when he got elected the first time.
Mm. Okay, so then that maybe I had 2 years of him. I don't know, whatever. Just being out of the States for a second time while this man
Mm,
is once again in office.
mm.
I haven't fully processed. I'm like, what?
I feel like it gives you a beautiful perspective, like bird's eye perspective, though, because you're literally experiencing a whole nother country while also being, through social media and through the connections you still have here, still being so like aware through what you're seeing on the things happening here. Now, I might change that statement if shit hits the fan a little bit.
Hmm.
Because then I don't know how much access realistically you'll have to some of the stuff going on. Like I know there's some extreme talk about like things going dark and the censorship, even though he says that there won't be censorship. But I think we've all determined that the reason that he's saying that is so that way extremists on the right side will be able to say what they want,
Right.
um and not necessarily so that way people just be able to speak their mind. But there's a
Uh,
double layer to it all.
when you're talking, when you're saying words, but you're only saying them to one one group of people.
Right, right, right. He's like, okay, that's my group right
There
there,
we are.
that's
There
who
we
I'm
are.
talking to.
Uh, so okay, I would like you
Hmm.
because we're coming into this. You watched the inauguration.
I will disclaim, I did not watch the whole inauguration. I watched Trump's speech and then I went and rewatched the rerun of Elon's speech, which,
Mm,
to be honest, this may be ignorant of me. I thought those were at two separate fucking places. I didn't realize they were done at the same day at the same place. So that's even more wild to me.
yeah, no, I
Um,
think they're there in support of Trump.
And also, something interesting, because we're called pay attention. So, this was something that I noticed, and it's like, pay attention. And this is just highlighting the importance of double checking your information and also using multiple resources. The clip that I watched of Elon's speech, like to rewatch it, was through Fox News. I just clicked the first video because I was like, I just need to see it again and make sure I'm not missing anything.
Hmm.
They cut out the part where he does a fucking Nazi
Of
salute.
course they did, bro. Oh my God. Hold up, because I'm about to look up Fox News on the. I'm pretty sure they're right leaning. No,
Yeah.
bias and
They're like
reliability.
they're.
Oh, they're the rightest. I. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. They're the rightest. Whoa.
Before I go any further, I want to make clear for everyone, no weapon formed against us will prosper. And you have to have your spiritual, mental, physical body protected because in anything, honestly, but especially when it comes to like something like this where there's such extremes trying to be taking place, but they're trying to act like it's not. We all know, manifestation has been a thing, right? And law of attraction has been a thing that's been talked about for years, and the words affect us. And when you allow words to resonate with your spirit, whether it's willing or unwilling, it has some form of effect, whether it's finding someone a bit more likable because they said one thing that you're like, oh, okay. Or I just lost my train of thought slightly. But I just know that as I was listening to this speech, it was just so clear how strategic he was being to try and create a narrative where massive amounts of people are supporting him, from like mentioning the black and brown communities so many times at the start of his speech to then switching to talking about immigrants and talking about how they're criminals
That's
and all of this stuff.
comical. Oh
And
my
I'm just like, what
God.
the actual shit? And it's hilarious because I was just like, for shits and giggles, I don't know if we're allowed to curse on this, but I was like, let me look up stuff. If it's okay for me to like expel a few facts real quick.
Please,
Um,
please.
because he kept talking about we need to get rid of immigrants and close the borders because of crimes and things of that nature. So I was like, all right, let me look up. Let me look up because he said mental illnesses, they have mental illnesses and the crime that comes with it. So I just did a basic Google search to start and I said, what are the statistics and percentages of immigrants who are mentally ill and are convicts or ex-convicts, right?
Hmm.
Incarcerated or have been incarcerated. And the AI generated, so the stuff that his supporters are working on say that there are lower rates of mental illness in immigrants versus native born Americans. Um,
Oh,
there's higher rates among people like refugees and asylum seekers, which is understandable because of PTSD, anxiety, depression. That's
mhm.
what they list. There's lower crime rates with immigrants, and there's higher crime rates with native born citizens. So then I was like, all right, cool, bet. Then I went, I was like, let me see some numbers. Let me see some numbers because he's going fighting tooth and nail to say that it's so dangerous when they're here, right? So these are from the government, CBD, what's this website? The U.S. Customs and Border Protection website, a .gov website, the information they provide. All right. So, majority of crimes that immigrants are being convicted of include illegal entry or re-entry. So just trying to get into the country, just not doing anything, just literally just trying to get
Yeah.
in here. And if you have common sense, you can understand why they would want to come or what the reasonings are for coming. It's not to hurt us.
Hmm.
Anyways, the second highest is listed as other, which is interesting. And then the third highest is driving under the influence. So not things that are a direct you could argue, I guess, driving under the influence, but look at your own statistics and Americans aren't much better at that either. So
Right, right.
um the lowest ones include, after that, it's assault and battery, which that simply can be just getting in a fight. Let's just clarify that. I'm not saying that that's every case, but if you're in the wrong place at the wrong time with the wrong people around, that can simply just be getting in an altercation. Okay. Then it goes to burglary and robbery and stuff like that, right? But keep in mind, the amount of illegal entry is 4,500. Assault and battery is less than 1,000.
Mm.
Okay. And then after that, oh, I missed like drugs, but that stuff's getting legalized here anyway. So that's a whole different topic. Then it's in the 100s, it is illegal weapons, or possessions of things, sexual offenses, and the least, which is down to 3, is homicide or manslaughter. So basically, the things that he tries to fearmonger about the most are the lowest numbers of what
Uh,
is actually occurring.
okay, yeah, because that's what I was
Um,
gonna ask. I was like, so then what are the like things that he's trying to say that we need to all be so terrified of so we could get them out and build the wall? Like, and it's the lowest ones.
right, right. Also want to point out, last thing, and the importance of when you're searching for things, being very strategic about how, like, how you're wanting the information to be proved. So if I'm Googling, these are the different results that popped up when I said, what are immigrants typically incarcerated for? It pops up burglary, robbery, kidnapping, homicide, sexual assault, blah, 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 blah. When I say the same question but add with statistics,
Mm.
what happens is immigration violations, drug possessions, assault and traffic offenses. So even in just the way that you are asking for the information to be presented to you with facts, the shit is different.
Yeah.
So that's just my little tidbit of that was interesting. Okay.
Uh, it's I
Sorry, I just went off right there.
no, because I'm appreciative of that, but also it's like moments like that, like my brain just starts reeling so much because I'm like I just start hopping from thought to thought to thought, and I just reach just the like what I my freaking reaction when I did I went "Ugh." Like that's I just find myself doing that so often. Like one, because a part of it was of course, the first answer that's gonna pop up is the AI and all the AI that is being infiltrated currently with everything like with the new iPhones that are going out or the new iPhone update like and everything having to go through your apps one by one to turn off the automatic like just all the AI. And then that ties into all the billionaires that why were they all there? Don't understand. Why did Elon oh my gosh, like so many things like ugh. I feel like I'm gonna hit a wall with not the all the conversation, but just that specific part of like the billionaires and the AI. So I'm gonna shift. I'm gonna shift real quick. Um, it still goes with the feelings of confliction, but what I did see was that Trump signed a executive order that pulled us out of the World Health Organization. Now, that's
Finger
terrifying.
now.
Now, that's terrifying for a multitude of reasons. One being obviously there is a I'm not even gonna say not even one, multiple respiratory illnesses and disease and a continuation of a pandemic still going on and happening. No, because I have been feeling for a while, and truthfully, I don't know why it's taken me so long to act on it, but been feeling like for a while that I should have never stopped masking. I don't think I ever should have stopped masking. Um, and like I'm thinking about it a lot recently now because I've had some pretty gnarly sicknesses since I've been over here. Um,
That is true, actually.
I've had some pretty gnarly sicknesses and like long sicknesses. Like, why am I still feeling like shit? Why am I still having all this like respiratory chest stuff going on and like throat and nose and like those headaches I was getting? Like, what is this?
Mm.
I need to be keeping myself more safe. Um, and I know that for sure. Like I'm probably gonna go to the store tomorrow and buy some more masks because I had some good quality masks before I moved over here, and I didn't take any of them with me because I didn't have any room in my bag. And the shipping over here, not the greatest. Like I tried to get a care package sent over here, and that shit got lost in the mail. So yeah, so I should have never stopped masking one. Two, especially if I want to I don't know, stand for something and be active in my what's the word? Can't even think of it. Wow.
In your beliefs,
In my
in your
beliefs, in my standing for something, to keep it simple. Um, I should be masking to keep myself safe, to keep others safe, to send a message, because I know that that's gonna send a message whether I say something or not. Like
yeah.
So, and even the fact that my grandmother called me today and she was like, you need to start masking again. So,
Ooh.
yeah.
Okay, okay.
Um, and so I just think that's terrifying because we were all led to believe that the pandemic was over, quote unquote, when we all knew it wasn't. We all knew that things weren't getting better. But I think I am a part of this. I definitely fell into that getting back into comfort, going back to comfort and our our normalcy, for lack of a
Mm.
word, despite even with the knowledge that I have and had, and even just like instinctually knew, not a 10-minute warning.
No, we're just getting
I
started.
know. Oh my God. Even just like instinctually knowing like I should still be doing this or I should still be doing something else or anything like yeah. So I fear I fear there's going to be more um a lot more dangers coming in terms of health.
Mm.
I think like what we saw with COVID, but it's gonna be COVID again, plus some other stuff. Is that bird flu shit that's going around? I don't know what that is. Like, there's
I've
a
been
lot of things going on.
wondering,
And us not being in that world health, the WHO.
will that prevent us from receiving information? Or will it just be now we rely on our government to give us the information?
That is a good question.
But I don't know. I keep hearing things because not only have people, just regular people who are, paying attention and using their discernment and critical thinking skills talking about this, but like government officials, people who are either ex working in the government and having their final say with their platform, or even people who are still within the government have this reoccurring narrative of, hey, you guys should stock up on groceries. Hey, you guys should do this. You guys should do that.
Yeah,
And it's like, it sounds very much like, pandemic-esque. But I'm like, would we really have a second pandemic? Like, it has to be something else. But now with what you're saying, it feels like a bit more of a confirmation, like, like it's not the most unlikely thing to happen.
right.
And I'm curious, I don't know, I'm just so curious
Because I'm
with
like, what is I need to know. I need to figure out what the WHO did for us and required us to do. Because if we are no longer a part of that, and it's just our government that is now being required to take action on whatever health situation, if they have this knowledge and know what is currently going around and the people that are being killed and disabled by the sicknesses currently, um,
Mm.
I feel like the only reason they shut down the first time was because of peer pressure. So I don't think they're gonna do anything the second time around.
It's when I did a quick search, it says that the WHO plays a crucial role in protecting the health and security of the world's people, including Americans, by addressing the root causes of diseases, building stronger health systems, and detecting, preventing, and responding to health emergencies, including disease outbreaks, often in dangerous places where others, and then it includes after. I feel like that was the essentialness of what we needed to know. And now it feels like that was a strategic move. So that way they can control the narrative whenever what possibly ends up happening happens.
Right.
I also want to highlight, I keep getting these advertisements about, I don't know if it's Mayo Clinic. I feel like it's Mayo Clinic. Talking about some customized cancer vaccines. If you're listening to this, do
What?
not get that shit. Do not get that. Like, please, do not let them have your
Begging
DNA.
you, we're begging you, please.
Like, please. Oh my goodness.
What is
So
going
that's
on? I'm so
no, for real. And then also Elon, I'm sorry, it was like slightly eerie how excited this man was for like it's not even about like him being excited for Trump in office. You could tell there was so much more going on in his head that he couldn't
mm,
say. Like
mm.
he had stuff
That body
running
language is
through his
going
head.
crazy.
Yes. He
Ooh.
was like giddy, and he was like, I can't even tell y'all
Ooh.
why I'm giddy.
Ooh. Why are you as a billionaire giddy? That
Right.
is wrong on my spirit. What are you plotting?
Right.
This no, can we also real quick? We have 5 minutes.
Okay.
Why does this man talk about multiple times? And we rigged the election, and Elon knows so much about the computers up in.
Right.
Hello?
No, it was such a clear, like, is
Is,
he
is
just
anybody else
like,
listening to this right
like, can we clock this, please? No, that was actually wild. And I thought I was just maybe thinking too much into it. And then I got on TikTok and everyone else was like, this
now?
man just admitted to it. And I was like, all right, I was
Yeah.
not
Okay,
overthinking.
like, and like okay,
That's
when I saw it, I was like, ain't no way he said that. And then I was thinking, why would he say that?
right.
Why would he say that? And I'm like, just it's all of my like the it's not even reading comprehension because I didn't read it. Just like all the comprehension skills, just like why? Like what was the audience? Okay, what was the intended audience? What was the purpose? What was the met? Like all the little things of reading comprehension and comprehension in general. What was the reason? That's what I'm
Right.
thinking. That's what I'm thinking.
You know, one last thing as well, because you mentioned the billionaires being present, and then we also recently talked about the TikTok ban. A conversation going on TikTok is I may not say the proper name, but apparently Trump released some type of Trump corn, some Trump meme corn,
No,
right?
because I had that written down too.
Right.
Okay, because okay,
That
what
shit
is
was
that?
the numbers was what I heard is 17 cents to buy in. When TikTok came back, that shit went up to $70 each.
Huh. What even is this? Okay, hold up. I have a thing pulled up because I was trying to figure what up. I was
That's
trying to figure out what that is
that
too.
shit got me
Huh?
following Bitcoin accounts and because I'm like, I just need to
Uh,
understand. I just need to understand what's happening because I refuse. I refuse to sit here and be like, what
what's
the
it
hell
called?
is
Meme
this?
coin? Trump coin?
Something like that, which I don't even like, how is this real? It's fake, it's made
It's
up.
giving
It
those
is
NFT things again. Remember NFTs? Don't even get me started. Oh my God. The the him being I feel like a better place to have started, or maybe this could be the next starting point, but just like, okay, what were the executive orders that he signed? We touched on a couple of them. There were
I
also
think I
some
wrote down
unexpected
something.
ones because first of all, there's two really out of left field. Why are we changing the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of
What?
America?
That man is like,
Why are we
shut
changing the
up,
name of
bro.
the mountain?
You're sounding like, what is his Kim Jong Un? Like you're sounding more like him. Like, why would you even try to do that? Like
Oh my God.
that.
I feel
I'm
like
just like,
maybe
that's a joke.
my
It's a
catchphrase
joke.
is
Like
it's too much. There's so 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 much to talk about.
he's okay. So I'm gonna try to go through how much time we got?
1 minute 30.
Oh snap! Maybe I shouldn't then. Maybe we start it next time.
Right?
I was gonna try to read them all out. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed and got something out of the conversation, even if it was just to hear that someone else is feeling the same way you are. Because that's what we need.
uh yeah, I think an interesting starting point for next time as well would be, well, maybe let me not even say that because who knows where we're gonna start next time.
Right? Who knows what's about
There's
to
so
happen
much
in
to
the
pay
next fucking
attention
week?
to. Like there's the possibilities are endless.
For real.
Oh,
Ay, ay, ay.
but yes, thank you guys for listening.
I'm curious how many people are wanting to opt to potentially leave the US and who are about to bunker down and see what's about to happen. Um,
The
that's
people
just a
that have
random
the
question.
option,
That's true.
will
The
say that
option, the
that have the
resources,
option.
the accessibility, yeah.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
We will see y'all on the next go
Episode.
next episode. Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you, thank you. All love.
Depending on your platform, follow us. If you
Paying
like
attention talks.